All right.
Hey, I'm Trina with Tell Me More, and today I'm talking with, now I listened to your Facebook name is Seder, the first name, and the last name I could not even get close to. So I'll let you share that.
Kadetsky.
Kadetsky, okay.
Yeah.
And you have a jewelry making a business. It's called Mystical Thoughts Shop. And
Yes.
so just go ahead, tell me more about it.
All right. So I run Mystical Thought Shop. We right now don't have any sort of in-person shops on Etsy, but I make crystal jewelry. I'm wearing some of it right now. Got a lot of rings. Rings kind of started it all. But I try to be as sustainable as possible. That's my mission, kind of. If I'm gonna take from the earth and sell things from the earth, I want to give back as much as I can. So a portion of my proceeds right now, a very small percentage, I can't afford to give much, but a small percentage right now is going back into environmental protection issues. And then I reuse a lot of my packaging. So if you get some packaging from me and there's a crossed out logo on it from somebody else, just I'm saving the earth. I'm sorry if it looks ugly.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
So what made you get into the whole jewelry making in the first place?
I've always been a very creative person, but I was kind of running into some roadblocks when it came to traditional art, because for some reason, when I thought artist and creativity, I only thought drawing, painting, sculpting. And I'm good at those things, but for some reason, it just wasn't making me as happy as I thought it could be. And when I finally started wire wrapping about a year and a half ago, maybe a little longer, it was really fun because I could still make beautiful things and I was still using my hands, but I wasn't holding a paintbrush or a pencil or anything or trying to draw, if that makes sense.
Absolutely makes
I
sense.
like tactile things.
Yeah, I think that's a common misconception for a lot of people. I had to get that out of my mind too, because my first initial thought when I thought artists were the best drawers in the class, the best painters, but it's so much more than paints and pens and pencils. What's different about your jewelry specifically?
So my jewelry, I try to make it as unique as possible. I have some pieces over here, like I made this and it's kind of swirly. It's got fun additions to it. And I try to make things with intention for people to use them and not just look beautiful. Like for example, clear quartz is a very powerful amplifier. So if you set your intentions, wearing clear quartz can help amplify whatever energy you're trying to attract.
So with your crystals, there are benefits for all of them. Can you explain what some of them do and how they work?
Yeah, sure. So there's a lot of different crystals. I mean, you could buy a guidebook that has 5,000 pages and it probably still won't have all of them in them. So there's a lot. There's so many different aspects of each crystal that have useful properties. Like the color can do one thing. So for example, red crystals are good for passion, they're good for love, they're good for energy, like driving forces. Green crystals are good for luck, they're good for attracting money. Purple is good for psychic work if you're trying to grow your intuition. So like amethyst and labradorite is one of my favorites. Labradorite itself is gray, but it's got hidden rainbows in it. So like if you turn it in the light, rainbows will pop up and flash. So that's really cool. And yeah, there's just so many different uses. A quick Google search will tell you everything you need to know. There's so much information out there.
So then do you take special orders?
I can. It really just depends. There's only so custom you can get with just some wire and crystals. But if you have a specific crystal that you're really wanting, I will dig as hard as I can in my stash and see if I have it. And if there's a certain combo that you like for example, here's another one. I just added a bunch of different crystals. So if you wanted something like this, but say you wanted like your kids' birthstones or something, I made a custom necklace for someone where it had moonstone in the middle, which is really good for childbirth and motherhood. And I added on the birthstone, which was ruby. So it was really pretty.
For some of you listening to this, she's holding stuff up to the camera. So if you get a chance to watch the video, if you're a Patreon supporter, you'll get a chance to watch the video. Patreon.com/runradio, and you get some special features like seeing her cool jewelry. Now, what's your personal design process like? I mean, do you sketch stuff out? Do you just sit down and go? What's it like?
So usually it starts with a deep dive on Pinterest. So if I have an idea for something that I want to do, like for example, I was making earrings and I knew that I wanted to make some sort of a dangly earring, but I didn't know how to finish off the end. So I went on Pinterest and all I looked up was drop earrings or dangle earrings, and those ones aren't even crystals. It just gives me an idea of the shape that I want. And then I'll do more research into what type of crystals I want to put into the piece, which ones work well together, which ones don't. Apparently I just found out not too long ago that crystals can contradict each other, so you want to be careful sometimes. I didn't know that until very recently, so do a little research when you're mixing and matching crystals.
No kidding. So what's the mission for your business, and where do you see the vision for the future of Mystical Thought Shop?
Gotcha. So my most important thing, and I used to think it wasn't important, but I've decided that it is. I just want to make people feel beautiful and happy, and crystals are gorgeous. I could stare at a rock all day long and just get lost in it. So I just want to create beautiful things. And if someone finds something that I make beautiful, then that is my goal. And that is all I need. I just need you to think it's pretty.
A great reason. How long does it take you to put a piece of jewelry together? I'm sure it's different depending on which piece it is, but average.
Yeah, it really depends. So the rings, there's two different kinds of rings that I do. One of them takes about 10 minutes and the other one takes about 15. So not too long. And then the pendants that I make, depending on intricacy, I can knock out a basic pendant in probably 15, 20, 30 minutes, something like that. But I do have some more intricate ones that can take up to an hour. And then I have, so if you make a chain that has like a whole bunch of crystals interlocking onto a chain, kind of like, I know you guys probably can't see it, but some of the ones I have on now, those are very time consuming. So those can take anywhere between an hour and a half, 2 hours. Just depends also on how focused I am on the project.
Okay, well, tell everyone exactly where to go to take a look at your jewelry and to connect with you to buy your jewelry.
Yeah. So I'm probably most active on Instagram. If you just search Mystical Thoughts, it's a black and white logo. It should pop up. I think I'm the only Instagram account called that, but it's mystical.thoughts.shop if you can't find it. And then I'm also on Facebook. I probably won't respond there if you message me there, but because I'm not super active, but Instagram is the best place. And Etsy, but basically if you find my Instagram, you can find me everywhere else. So
awesome. Great. Anything else that you want to share and let people know before we close?
I'm going to be at Pride with a Purpose this weekend at Campbell United Methodist Church, or the parking lot for that church. I'm very excited. In-person events are a lot of fun, and I would love to see everybody's smiling faces.
Sounds great. We will see you there. Run Radio will be there as well. And thank you for telling more about your shop. Good luck, and thank you again.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Have a good one.
You too.